Well, one of the biggest bands in the world is making its way back to the Philippines next year. Coldplay is bringing its Music of the Spheres tour to the Philippine Arena on January 19, 2024. And I got to speak with the band's drummer, Will Champion, and he told me what it's like being back on tour and how they're making this their most sustainable tour yet.
Back to be doing what we love to do. I think that the coronavirus pandemic was such a strange time for so many people, and a tragic time for so many people as well. And I think at a certain point we felt like, gosh, are we ever gonna be able to play music again in the way that we did? And we're so thankful to the efforts of everyone who has sort of managed to help get it all under control, seemingly, and we're able to come and play these shows again. And we've been on this tour now for over a year, and it's just a joy to be traveling and to be sharing these amazing experiences with wonderful crowds all over the world. And we're so thrilled that we're coming back to Manila as well. We've only been there once before, and it was just such a fun show. So I'm really looking forward to coming back.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it was like 2017 or so. I mean,
yeah.
It seems like so long ago when you guys were here. It was, Mall of Asia. Mm-hmm. And, I remember like Chris was coming in on a bike or something like that, way back. Yes. But what are the other fond memories? I mean, we asked the guys, a few years ago about their fond memories of performing here in Manila, saying it was just like a wild crowd, right? For you, what were your memories of performing and what you look forward to?
Yeah, I think, generally it tends to be, we're lucky to have wonderful fans. And I guess when we go to places that we haven't been to before, there is an added kind of energy. And I just remember, I do remember being on bikes for some reason in Manila. I can't remember why. Maybe we were filming something, I think, but it was a lot of fun. And just, it's always the same. It's just about the crowds. The people are just so wonderful, and we were very warmly received and very well looked after, and just very, so happy to be somewhere new. And now obviously we know that the crowds are always wild in Manila. So we're very excited to reacquaint ourselves.
Well, I mean, definitely Coldplay. I mean, one of the greatest bands in the world, a band that seems to just keep on giving, performing these awe-inspiring concerts. I mean, live performances. I mean, obviously, of course, what else can we do? We just have to go wild, and just enjoy that you're actually here in the Philippines. A little bit about your tour. You mentioned that you've been on tour now for since 2022.
Yep, exactly. February of 22. Yeah,
something like that, because of this of your Music of the Spheres. Tell me a little bit about the album and how the tour has been, evolving and happening for you guys.
Well, I think during we were writing the album towards the in the midst of, or certainly finishing it in the middle of the pandemic, and I think we always hoped that when the album came out and there was that we'd be able to play it live. And I think quite often we envisage how the sort of the setting that the songs are going to be performed in when we're writing them. So we really felt at that time like we just couldn't wait to be out of quarantining and isolation. And it was very much a kind of, okay, let's plan the perfect concert, because when we're all out of this, we want to be able to go and play it. And so we think about the visuals and the themes of the album, and then that feeds into the writing process. And so it was very much a case of we want this album to feel outward looking, we want it to feel inclusive, we want it to feel communal, and we want to feel like we are preaching a message of togetherness and community, because that's how we feel as humans on Earth right now. So when we started to take it out on tour, became apparent that all the couple of years of being sort of in confinement has just meant that people were so ready to party and to sing and to dance and to have fun, and that's really been what we've been experiencing for the last 18 months or so, 15 months.
The perfect concert, you have somehow managed and probably branched off to another level in terms of sustainability. I mean, you already have us. You have us captivated by your songs and your energy, the LED lights. I mean, we're just loving every moment of it. But then you add another aspect to your concert. Tell me about that and what inspired you. What was that moment where you said, guys, we got to do something about this?
Well, I think we're all obviously it's the biggest seemingly the biggest threat to, or the biggest issue that we're facing, and it's something that seemingly the younger generations are all so across it, and yeah. I think that we as a band, I think there is we do feel a responsibility to try and do something about it, because I think in a strange way, so many of the people that are most severely affected by climate change are not. It's in a way that it's almost a luxury to be able to think about these kind of decisions, because for so many people, putting food on the table and just getting by is hard enough, let alone having to think about these huge sort of existential kind of threats. So for us, we're lucky that to have the sort of to have grown up in the way that we did, and to have the success that we have. So it's a responsibility, I think, for people like us to do what we can, because we can do it, and we can have broad shoulders, and we can accept the fact that we're not going to get it right all the time, but we put up, we want to try and show that it's possible to do in a way that's still fun, in a way that's still sustainable, and it doesn't detract from the quality of the show at all. In fact, it makes it better, because people have a sense of, okay, I'm doing something which is actually worthwhile. And every person who buys a ticket, we plant a tree. So we've planted 5 million trees so far, which is wow. An amazing yes. thing to be able to achieve. So I think it's a sense of, we have this responsibility, and we have a platform to do something about it, and so we want to share that with everyone, and share the information, and make sure that if anyone else wants to get on board, that they learn from us, and they build on what we've done, and we all start to make it a better situation.
In terms of your concerts, tell me what we can expect in terms of sustainability. I've read something about bikes. I mean, we're gonna have
there's
that,
and
all of these things.
I mean, there are thousands of tiny little things that go unnoticed, and also some larger, more kind of eye-catching initiatives. I think this, as well as being a practical exercise in trying to decrease our carbon footprint, it's also serves as a sort of expo for ideas that can, if given the right sort of funding and research, can really take off. And so there are things like these energy floors that we have that are kinetic floors that power the bike, and the exercise bikes that are connected to generators. So that powers part of the stage. We use cooking oil for the backstage generators, sort of used cooking oil, solar panels, wind turbines. There's so many little ideas that are all contributing to making it way more sustainable than it was. And clearly we've still got a long way to go, but our aim for this tour was to cut the carbon footprint by 50%. And we are currently at about 47%, something like that. So we're getting close to our target, but clearly there's still so much more that needs to be done.
You're going to be in Manila January 2024. So what, if you would like to invite your fans to come on over, and what can we expect in terms of the songs or the set list for us?
Well, gosh, it's quite hard to speak to
that's right.
thousands of people at once, but what I would say is that we're just thrilled to be able to come back. It's been too long, and we're just so happy that we're going to be able to come back to Manila to perform for you guys again. Please come along, bring your dancing shoes, and make sure you can sing and jump and cry and smile and be ready to have a wonderful time, because it's been too long since we were there, and so we're so happy to see you, and we'll be seeing you in January.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for chatting with us here on CNN Philippines New Day. All the best to you and your acting career. We do hope to see you more in these special shows, right?
Oh gosh,
All the
I'm
best.
not sure. I think that's probably over. I think that's my acting career over. But I'll stick to the drums.